Write your vision and believe. Vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. It is the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination and wisdom. Your vision is your mental ability or your mental image, a grand one of your future. Everyone has a vision. You have a plan, something only you see, something peculiar to you. It is an idea you have set aside for you to carry out. The problem with this is that you don't want it to remain merely an idea. You want to see it come to life, and you can do this by writing your vision and believing. Take it out of your head. Stop second guessing, asking and wondering if you can achieve your goal. Please write it down. You know, the good book says, write the vision, make it plain. So writing your vision makes it real. It's not merely fantasizing. It doesn't remain just an impression in your head. It becomes a well thought out plan that you will carry out. What are you passionate about? What makes you excited when you think of it? Where do you see yourself? Is it coming? Can you picture it? All right. Begin to write it down, step by step, stage by stage. How else would your great future come to fruition? How would you start building? Is it by imagining with no plan? Of course not. Write these visions down and believe. It doesn't stop at writing. You must believe in your written vision. Remember, these written down plans are also possible if you know you can attain them. Let's say be realistic. Make it in a way that you know they are achievable. So write down your dream today and believe strongly in them so that you can turn each idea into reality. Write what you see so others can see it too. That is the art of making it plain. Writing your vision goes hand in hand with believing in them. You cannot write and explain what you do not feel strongly about. A vision without a means of expression is merely your imagination. Your image stays a mirage. An idea without a plan is simply just a dream. So what is holding you back? Fear? Lack of resources? It doesn't matter. It costs nothing to take a step. In this case, the first step is believing in yourself. Other people will only follow a person with a vision they can follow. You are the leader who writes down his destination and acknowledges his strength. You are the leader who goes through each plan and impacts the world. You are a brave person with transparent, written down dreams. You believe strongly in your idea. This is how leaders' dreams are followed. So when you believe in your vision, you naturally attract resources to make it a reality. Your vision and believing heart will cause you to create. You will actualize your vision because you believe in it. People around you will give to your plans. You say the fear or lack of resources are things that are keeping you back or down. No, fear limits you. So self-confidence is your superpower and a booster, because successful people are bold visionaries. And anybody can dream, but not everyone will follow it through. And that's what makes the difference. When you follow through, it's as good as you believe in it. All the persons who made a significant impact did not mind how weird or unrealistic their dreams sounded. Do you remember the Wright brothers? I love that story all the time. Everyone mocked the airplane idea and said it wasn't possible. But the inventors, the Wright brothers, had so much faith in themselves to manifest their dreams. They fought and went on to do it. It looked as if it was not going to be possible. But today, we have millions and hundreds of airplanes across the globe. So do not underestimate your vision. Believe in it and give way for it to be actualized. The world is waiting for your manifestation. Do not lose your spark. Do not lose your sight. Sustain your vision with belief and confidence. Right now, I want you to pick up your pen, write down your vision and make it plain. Paste it on your wall. Look at it every day. Remind yourself that you have something mighty to show the world. And let me tell you, you will make the people of this world marvel. Do not doubt yourself. Don't be your hindrance. You are a breakthrough for yourself and the world at large. Tune your mind to positivity and focus on that greatness you see. Your reality is only yours for now, not until you get to that level. Trust the process. It's hard now, but it will pass. Unbelief might be a limiting factor, but you are past that. Your vision is a destination. Believe is the fuel. Believe in your vision so much that your fears become irrelevant. Believe and watch doors open for the fulfillment of this vision. Create a grand vision for your life and believe in it today, because you become what you think. Believe in your ideas so much that your fears become irrelevant. I need you to understand, because most times what kills dreams and visions is fear. You see, it is that other side that comes to everyone. But the truth of it is that those that had written and believed in their vision did not bother to allow that other side called fear to cripple them down. Just know you are great. Whatever that is in your heart today is a vision. When you write it, you become that great man or that great woman that you read about, that you always want to look like, because there are thousands of people waiting to become like you. If only you can write that vision and believe in it and act on it. Do it now. And don't be afraid. The resources will naturally come for you. Humans, material, financial, anything, they will naturally come to you, because they say money responds to project. It's a natural phenomenon. It can happen to you even now. Write that vision, believe in it. You can't predict life, but you can make the best plans of life. You can have the best intentions, but you will never be able to predict for certain what will come your way in life. When unexpected times come, you must remember that God is good. And God is always and will always be in control. He's trustworthy, even if everything seems out of control. I know how it feels when told to trust God. It's easier said than done, they always say. But you can do it. It's almost bizarre getting to rely on someone you cannot see with your eyes. But this simple instruction, when adhered to, can bring you peace even amid raging storms. I would say this is the most difficult for many. I find it so sometimes, I must confess. But an understanding of who God is will help you trust Him fully. Some extracts from the good book, we see God called El Shaddai, which means the strong and breasted one. God is strong to deliver. He is caring to nourish you. He is willing, able, and faithful to always come your way and to your aid. Unlike man, who can sometimes be willing but not able, or willing and able but not faithful, God is ever sure. He's as constant as the northern star. And why is it so? Because it doesn't change. His words would never fall short. It would always accomplish what it's directed to do, and it always prospers where it's sent. Maybe your situation seems dreadful, too challenging, and you can't see a solution to it. You say your world has come crashing down and shattered into bits that can't be puzzled back together. Many have been there, and many are still there just like you. Maybe you have concluded that it would only take a miracle to get out of this mess. Well, yes, it's true. And I bring you great news. God is dependable. You can trust Him. Nothing takes God by surprise. He knows what's about to happen to you. In fact, He had always known that this would happen to you. There are no coincidences with Him. God knows what is going on, all the hows, when, and whys, and the what, and even the where. When you do not know what to do or what will happen next, trust that He does. Follow God's guidelines and commands, knowing that as you practice obedience, He is working out the rest. The Lord is your strength and your shield. Let your heart trust in Him, and He will help you. In fact, He has helped you. God sees you. He sees everything that happens to you. He's Elroy. He knows all He has protected you from. He is your source of protection. You do not need to give it to fear. It is not easy, but free to be joyful. Be free to praise Him with gratefulness from this truth, even when things are difficult. That is trust. You know, someone says if you cannot have faith in God, then switch on to trusting Him. God never changes. He was God in the beginning of time. He is the same God today who transformed lives and performed miracles even back then. You can trust Him because the promises He made to His people throughout are the same promises He makes to you today. God is never worried, so you shouldn't worry. He's never perturbed, and so try not to be perturbed by the circumstances surrounding you. He's giving you strength. You can face anything as long as you can trust Him. There's nothing impossible with God. He does the impossible seamlessly. Trust in Him is the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. No matter how terrible you think your situation is, it's possible with God. This I can assure you. He has come through for others. He would do the same for you, because there is no variableness and shadow of turning with Him. No doubt about that. You just have to trust God. You know, there's a story about David who was so confident of his faith in God that he would say, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want." I'm sure you also know that scripture, or you've heard about it. Yes, it's the truth. He can be your shepherd. You know the beauty of a shepherd? A shepherd finds food for the sheep even in the midst of lack, even in dry times, even in drought, even in famine, even when it looks like nothing is ever going to be possible, because the shepherd knows his responsibility. So it is with God. You should say this to yourself often. You believed in lies that have made you doubt the ability of God. No, you can't allow the troubles you face currently to make you doubt God. The troubles are only temporal. Nothing lasts forever. Well, this one doesn't seem to be going anywhere, you say. The longer you wait, the greater the miracle. But hear this, delay is never denial. Yes, you've prayed, you've cried, and it seems like everything is falling on deaf ears. No, God heard you and He is working it out for you. You must encourage yourself and be strong in faith. Again, nothing lasts forever. Your problems look so big in your eyes, but forget nothing is too big for God to handle. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I will overcome this one just like the previous ones. Don't let the devil lie to you that you cannot see this through. Don't let fear have its way. You are stronger than your troubles. You are stronger than you even think. And the better news is that the greater one is in you. Yes, you heard that. God is with you. And if God is for you, who can be against you? Certainly, nobody can stand against you. Oh yes, troubles are there, but they are ephemeral. Choose to see the bigger picture in which you are standing strong as the victor, not the victim. Because you are truly the victor, and the troubles are only stepping stones to glory. Head or tail, you win. Make a resolution to trust God completely, even amid their situations. Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by danger, threat, or harm. A feeling of dread and anxiety concerning the outcome of something. Fear hits us in many forms, from slight hesitations to very overwhelming anxiety. We can't live out our best lives and accomplish our goals if we let fear rule us. It encourages inertia and prevents us from seizing opportunities. Many people are imprisoned by the fears they have created for themselves. You deserve to live without fear, and it is entirely very, very feasible. You want to get rid of the fear you feel, not just tolerate it. Fearlessness entails not being scared to take chances in life. And so regardless of your anxieties and uncertainties, you never back down. Staying fearless is not being ignorant of the challenges, but facing these challenges with bravery. You don't have to be a soldier or a stuntman to be fearless. If you don't give up easily, you're fearless. If you get back up after failing, you're fearless. If you keep trying even after messing up, you are fearless. Anyone and everyone can be fearless. You can be fearless. Choose to take a bold step without looking for excuses to hide. Fear doesn't exist anywhere else except in the mind. When you feel afraid, look to the other side and you will see freedom. Make up your mind today to be done with fear. When one decides firmly to throw out fear, the sick feeling fades itself. Fear eats. It eats to grow. So what are you listening to? Who is in your space? Anxiety only becomes powerful when given power. And stay around people who love, who will fill your mind with things that do not give you anxiety. This is how to deal with fear. You must also learn to listen to the right music. Yes, music soothes, it drives out fear. And of course, with the choice of the right music, you can also watch movies with the right message. Do not be afraid of fears. They're there to let you know something is not worth it. You see, fear is of the devil. It's constantly an enemy. You must realize that it's a spirit. And so how do you deal with it? Face your fears and doubts, and new worlds will be open to you. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. It is only when you are no longer afraid that you live. Let go of anxiety. It's your life. Don't be afraid to live it. Live freely from your heart. You are here on this earth to live and achieve your greatest self. I say the fear is actually facing things that always appear real. There are things that look like they are real, but they're just mirages. Take, for example, when you're on a journey, you see something that looks like water or spilled liquid on the road. The tendency is that you would think that when you get to that place, you would find out there are liquids or something that could make you slippery. But a good traveler understands that that is what is called a mirage. They are not real. They just look real. They just want to make you think that they exist. In fact, they want to make you look like they are stronger than what you have inside of you. Fear is a lie because it comes from the Father who is the father of all lies. Fear is always telling you that you have nothing to offer to the world when everything has been put at your disposal to give to you the strength that is required for you to be who you're supposed to be. Fear definitely is never a package that was given to you by the Maker. You see, one of the things that I admire with young children, babies and other ones, until they get to a certain age of their lives, they're never afraid to pick up on anything. They pick snakes, they go after scorpions, they go after fire. You, the older person, are the one left with the responsibility of telling them that that is wrong. You see, they are bold not to mind that there is danger right there. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to pick on dangerous things, but I am telling you to courageously face those things that would end up becoming danger to your life's destiny fulfillment. Be like that child, because at that time, you would have known what it is to pick your fights and face your Goliath. Be like David, in spite of the stones that you are holding, know that there is a greater one there that would back you up. You know, there are always people that are in support of courageous people than those that are afraid. They always have supporters. A courageous man or woman would always have someone that is ever ready to say, I'm there with you. But the lie of the enemy is to remind you that you are always alone. We're always faced with the universe telling us that we can do it. Amidst the voices of lies, amidst the voices of sicknesses and diseases that tells you that even this sickness will kill you, there is a voice that tells you, if only you can arise and speak to that body of yours, you will receive your strength back. Do not be afraid. You know, there is always something that would give you the reason to be afraid. But looking right there opposite it, there is something or someone telling you you should come up. It's like that child that is learning to walk. First off, he rises and wonders if only he can reach the father or the mother. And then the mother tells it that you can do it, I'm waiting for you. What the child does is it speaks to itself that I am getting there. And what it does is, despite what looks like a heavy leg, it takes the first foot forward and goes the second. Before he knows it, he's right in the arms of his father or mother. So it is with you. On the other side of fear, there are many cheering you ready with their open arms, telling you you can make it. Take the foot and then the next one. And then before you know it, you are there. And when you look back, you realize that that which called itself fear was nothing but a pack of cards before you. Stay fearless. Staying fearless, living despite things that scare the living daylight out of you. Because even in darkness, you can still stay fearless. Remain fearless. God bless you.